In a small village nestled between the mountains of ancient China, there lived a poor orphan boy named Ma Liang. His parents had passed away when he was young, and he spent his days working in the fields, earning just enough to survive. Despite his hardships, Ma Liang had one dream: to become a great artist. He often watched the village painters and imagined what it would be like to create beautiful works of art. Every night, when the village grew quiet, Ma Liang would draw in the dirt with a broken stick, sketching animals, trees, and birds with remarkable skill. His heart yearned for a real brush, but such a luxury was beyond his reach. One evening, as Ma Liang was about to fall asleep, a mysterious old man appeared in his small hut. His long white beard flowed like a river, and his eyes sparkled with wisdom. In his hand he held a paintbrush, its bristles glowing faintly in the dim light. "Ma Liang," the old man said, "your heart is pure and your love for art is true. This paintbrush is for you. It is no ordinary brush. Whatever you paint with it will come to life." Before Ma Liang could speak, the old man disappeared, leaving only the magical paintbrush behind. Ma Liang held the brush carefully, unsure if it was real or a dream. The next morning, Ma Liang decided to test the paintbrush. He painted a small bowl of rice on the wall of his hut, carefully stroking each grain. To his amazement, the painting shimmered, and in an instant the rice turned real. Ma Liang gasped in astonishment, realizing the power he held in his hand. He ate the rice gratefully and knew he had been given something extraordinary. But with such power came great responsibility. Ma Liang vowed to use the brush for good, to help the people in his village. Ma Liang soon used the magical paintbrush to bring joy to his village. He painted flowers in the gardens, which bloomed into vibrant, living plants. He painted birds in the sky and they flew away singing sweet melodies. He even painted tools for the farmers, which turned into real tools, easing their labor. The villagers were overjoyed and grateful to Ma Liang. They praised him not just for his skill, but for his kindness. However, word of Ma Liang's magical paintbrush began to spread beyond the village, reaching the ears of those who were not as kind-hearted. One day, a greedy merchant from a nearby town came to the village. He had heard rumors of Ma Liang's magical paintbrush and wanted to use it for his own gain. The merchant offered Ma Liang a large sum of money to paint gold for him, but Ma Liang refused. "The brush is not for greed," Ma Liang said firmly. "It is for helping those in need." Angered by Ma Liang's refusal, the merchant left in a huff, but he did not give up. He had connections to powerful men and knew exactly who could help him get what he wanted. The greedy merchant went straight to the emperor's palace, telling the ruler all about the magical paintbrush and how it could bring unimaginable wealth. The emperor, a man of immense greed and power, immediately summoned his guards to capture Ma Liang. In no time, Ma Liang was dragged to the imperial palace, where the emperor sat on his golden throne, surrounded by treasures. "Paint me gold, jewels, and riches beyond measure," the emperor demanded, his eyes gleaming with desire. But Ma Liang stood firm. "I cannot use the paintbrush for greed," he replied. The emperor, furious at Ma Liang's defiance, threw him into the palace dungeon. There Ma Liang sat in the darkness, clutching the magical paintbrush, wondering how he could escape. He knew that if he gave in to the emperor's demands, the land would suffer under the weight of the ruler's endless greed. As he sat in the cold cell, an idea began to form in his mind. The paintbrush, after all, could bring paintings to life. Perhaps it could also help him escape.